Hello everybody, this is Carl from the Alon Tech Support team. In today's training video, we're going to learn how to set up a slave zone, explain what it is. So slave zone is a case where you have two zone controllers. In this example, one of our zone controllers is going to be an audio zone controller, more specifically an M86A. And our other zone controller is going to be a video zone controller, which is going to be our Alon V85, which is going to switch component video. The reason that you would use a slave is when you want to switch a source on one zone controller and have the other zone controller for that same zone switch a source automatically. So in this example, we got the M86A switching our audio sources. Our sources are cable DVR and Blu-ray changer. And our zones are the following. Now on the V85, we have two identical sources, cable DVR and Blu-ray changer. And our zones are going to be output 1 and output 2. So in this case, output 1 is actually outputting to the family room zone off the M86. So it is going to that same zone where those speakers are and connecting to the television that's in the family room zone. So just to be organized and so we have a reference, let's go ahead and label the V85 output 1 as family room zone. And go ahead and put V85 right after it and select apply. Now it is important that you put V85, and I'm going to show you why a little bit later. Let's do the same thing for V85 output 2, which is actually our master bedroom zone. So I'm going to go ahead and call that master bedroom V85 and click apply. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set up this V85 and make sure that we have the proper sources. So when you select on family room, you're going to see that I already have cable DVR and Blu-ray changer in there as sources. I've already selected the family room TV as the TV for the family room zone off the V85, and I've already told it to turn on for both of these sources and select video 1 input on the television. So that's already complete. Now let's go to the M86 and set up the slave zone. So we're going to come up here to the family room zone on the M86. Right here you have slave zone. Go ahead and drop that down. What we want to do is choose the right zone that is corresponding to this zone. In this case, it's the family room zone on the V85. As soon as you do that, you're going to see that this slave source column becomes active. Now, I've already done it, but what you want to do is you want to choose the appropriate source for the V85 that corresponds with this source on the M86. Now, obviously, it's going to be our cable DVR box. And you want to do the same thing for the Blu-ray changer. And go ahead and click apply. And what we just did right there is we set up the V85 output 1, otherwise known as family room V85, as the slave zone to the M86 family room zone. And we told it, hey, when we change the zone 1 on the M86, or the family room zone, when we change it to cable DVR, go ahead and switch the V85 to the cable DVR source as well. And do the same thing for the Blu-ray changer. Now, of course, we wouldn't do anything for the HD12 audio output because that's just an audio source. There's no video. That's it. That's setting up the family room zone. But what I want to show you is by doing that on our viewer, here's what we're going to see. We go to media. You're going to have all your labeled M86 zones, which I've already labeled. If you keep scrolling, you're now going to see all your your V85 zones. Well, we don't need to see those, and we don't want to see them, because that's going to confuse our client and make them think that they need to go into this zone and that zone to switch the source. But they don't, because it's a slave zone. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way and show you how to get rid of those zones. Go ahead and click on the Interface tab. Go down to whatever viewer it is. In this case, it's our PC viewer. And you want to make sure that you do this on all active viewers. And I'd also go ahead and do it on your default viewer so that any new viewers that get added to the system will automatically be affected. So if we expand Windows, which is our PC viewer, we go down to Tab Config Media System. And here you'll see that we have all zones visible on the PC viewer. So this is where we can make them not visible. So let's go ahead and select all of our V85 zones. Now what I'm doing is I'm holding down the control button, selecting multiple so I can do it at once. Now you see the reason that I labeled it V85 is because if I didn't put that V85 and I simply called it family room, I would have got confused with the M86 family room zone. And that's why we put V85 after it, so that we knew that those are the V85 zones that are coming over. So now we have all of our visible zones that we want to see on the viewer. Right there we click apply. So now when we pull up our viewer, we go to Media tab, we're only going to have our M86 zones and our one master bedroom TV zone. And that's it. So now when you select family room and you choose a cable TVR box, not only is it going to switch the audio on the M86, it's also going to switch the V85 to the cable DVR source. And that concludes our training video on what is a slave zone and how to set it up. Thank you.